All right, so you're planning a trip to Disneyland, and that means you've got a huge decision to make. Where are you gonna stay? Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the really popular options, the Courtyard by Marriott near the Anaheim Convention Center. We're gonna break down what hundreds of guests have to say so you can figure out if this is the right spot for your next magical vacation.
We have literally sifted through over 800 individual guest reviews to get you the real story. We're trying to separate what the hotel says from what guests actually experience on the ground. We're covering it all: the location, the rooms, and the kind of service that can really make or break your trip.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the basics. Then we're going to investigate that all-important location. Is it really near the magic? We'll take a peek inside the rooms, check out the amenities, and then we'll get into what guests are actually saying before we give you our final verdict.
First things first, let's get a bird's eye view. Before we dive into all the little details, what do the numbers tell us about this hotel's overall reputation?
So, check this out. Based on over 800 reviews, the hotel's holding a pretty solid 4 out of 5 stars. That lands it at number 53 out of 126 hotels in Anaheim. So what does that mean? Well, it's a strong contender. Definitely in the top half, but it's not quite in that super elite, top-tier category. Let's dig in and see why.
All right, now for what might just be the most critical factor for any Disneyland trip: location, location, location. The hotel's marketing makes it sound like you're right in the middle of everything, but is it really near the magic?
On paper, the location looks like a total grand slam. The hotel promises that you're just mere minutes away from that perfect trifecta of Anaheim attractions: the Disneyland Resort, the Convention Center, and the Anaheim Garden Walk.
And yep, it's located right on Harbor Boulevard, which is the main artery leading straight to the park entrances. Looking at it on a map, you'd think, perfect, I'm all set. But, maps don't always tell the whole story. And this is where guest reviews are absolutely crucial. As this person points out, because the hotel is actually set back from the road, the walk is more than a mile. Now that might not sound like a lot, but believe me, after a 12-hour day in the park, that extra distance can feel like an absolute marathon.
So the location is a bit of a trade-off. What about the rooms themselves? Let's compare those polished official photos with what guests are actually experiencing.
Here we have the classic tale of two rooms. On the left, you've got the professional photo, sleek, modern, perfectly staged. And on the right, a guest photo showing a towel swan. Now this tells us two things. One, the rooms do look generally as advertised, and two, housekeeping is adding those small personal touches that guests, really appreciate. The rooms are pretty well equipped, especially for families. They have suites that offer bunk beds, which is a huge plus. Guests also consistently praise the blackout curtains, and of course you get the standard stuff like free Wi-Fi and air conditioning.
But guest reviews, they often focus on the small details that the pictures miss. For example, several guests mention the all-cloth shower curtains, which, as this review notes, often leads to a soaked bathroom floor. It's a minor design choice for sure, but it's a practical annoyance that comes up again and again.
Hey, by the way, if you're getting some good info out of this breakdown, take a quick second to subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps us dig into more topics just like this one.
All right, beyond the rooms, what other perks does the Courtyard offer? Let's take a look at the amenities.
A major draw for families is the pool area. It's not just a standard pool. It actually has a dedicated water play area for kids, which is a huge plus after a long, hot day at the parks.
The property is pretty well-rounded. There's a fitness center, a bar and lounge, and the bistro, which serves Starbucks coffee, a key detail for those early park mornings. Just be aware that on-site parking is available, but it does come with an extra fee. The hotel's common areas, like this lobby and lounge, have a modern and clean design. It's a really comfortable space to just relax or meet up before you head out for the day.
Okay, now for the real heart of our investigation, the guest experience. We've pulled some direct quotes from traveler reviews that really capture the best and, well, the worst of staying at this Courtyard.
Let's start with a high point. This review is typical of a lot of the positive comments. They often call out two things: specific, helpful staff members by name, and clean, spacious rooms. That really seems to be the formula for a great stay here.
But it's not always perfect. A recurring pain point in some of the negative reviews is the breakfast service. Guests frequently mention that it felt like the staff just couldn't keep up with restocking, which is a major frustration when you're in a rush to get to the parks.
And this final quote really underscores the importance of the staff. This guest credits Robert specifically as the reason they would return.
It's a powerful reminder that one great employee can completely define a guest's entire stay.
So, after weighing all the evidence, from the location debate to the guest stories, what's our final verdict? Let's summarize what the ratings tell us. Here's the final breakdown. The hotel's highest marks are for cleanliness, a very strong 4.4 out of 5. Service, location, and rooms all score a respectable 4.2. The one area of weakness seems to be value, at 3.9. This suggests that while the experience is good, guests feel it comes at a premium price, one that maybe isn't fully justified by the mile-long walk or those minor inconveniences.
And that brings us to the final question for you. When you're booking a hotel for a trip like this, what's your number one priority? Is it pure proximity, the best possible price, or the weight of hundreds of positive reviews? Let us know in the comments.